last night I didn't read for very long. I think I read for like an hour or half an hour or something. But I read from page 60 to page 71. I'm going to go downstairs and have breakfast, but I thought that I would get started on listening to the, well, not get started because I'm already in the middle of listening to the audiobook of Murder of Crows. During the day, I basically listened to 89 pages of Murder of Crows on audio. Yeah, so I did a little bit of that in the morning, and then I went and did some articles, and then I was going to go to the gym, but like I'm still recovering from the weekend sickness and all the fever and all that stuff. So I decided to just do my workout at home, and while I was doing that I was also listening to the audiobook, so I got a few chapters in, which is pretty good. I think I want to read a little bit more of this, and hopefully I can finish it tonight. It is day 2 of the booktube-a-thon. I didn't really vlog anything this morning just because honestly I wasn't really doing anything that exciting. I did a lot of work. Basically, last night I went to bed pretty early. I went to bed around like 10 or something, and usually when that happens I know that I'm going to be up in the middle of the night. And I ended up actually finishing Thanks for the Trouble. I thought it was okay. I think I would give it like a 6 out of 10. Just a little bit of an update. I finally finished Octopus Pie Volume 1, which means that I completed the Read a Book in 1 Day challenge. I just got home from the gym and I did a bunch of work at home and all that stuff, and I'm still on a lookout for a hyped book that I can read, because I'm kind of in the mood to read, you know, like a new book that hasn't been on my shelf for a really long time, which I know wasn't the plan for this booktube-a-thon. I was going to try and get through all of my currently reading books on my shelf, but I just want like a hyped book, and I don't exactly know what kind of genre I'm in the mood for, I haven't filmed anything, not a lot today. That's mostly because I was out of the house for most of the day. But reading update, I know that I didn't do a nighttime reading update last night, I think, mostly because I didn't really read much yesterday. I was still trying to find a new book to read, especially like a hyped book, because I didn't want to read Vicious, and I actually found one. And I started reading, I believe, in A Thing Called Love. I think that's what the title is, by Maureen Gu, which is a new release. I started reading it and I'm really enjoying it. This camera just does not want to focus on my face. There, thank you. I just woke up. I think I'm going to plan to have like a sort of chill day, just because the past 2 days I've been kind of down, I guess, like brain-wise. So I think I'm going to just read a lot today and just chill out a lot. I also want to watch the newest episode of Game of Thrones. So yeah, that's kind of the plan today. I want to finish I Believe in a Thing Called Love, and then after that I'm gonna sit outside and listen to the audiobook of By Your Side by Casey West. So it is nighttime, and I basically spent most of the day reading By Your Side by Casey West, and I'm a few minutes to the very end of the novel, so I thought I would go outside and finish it off. It is day 6 of the booktube-a-thon. I just woke up and I did some laundry, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm having one of those bad brain days again, and I know that I keep saying it, which is kind of partly the reason why I didn't really want to vlog during booktube-a-thon, because I knew that I would be miserable, and I don't want to showcase me being miserable because that's not fun to watch. But yeah, sometimes I'm gonna go into this for a little bit. I don't even know if I'm gonna cut this out or not. Basically, I've just been feeling really down, really lonely, and really just sad a lot of the times. So my camera cut out when I was talking about whatever I was talking about this morning, so I had to charge it. But I'm kind of glad that it cut out, because it's not really something that I want to go too into, but I thought I would give you guys a reading update, because last night I finished By Your Side by Casey West, and I absolutely loved it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I can see why a lot of people love Casey West books, because you go into them knowing exactly what you're going to get and being surprised that it's not as cliche as you think it would be. Like, does that make sense? Because I've seen a lot of her books synopsis being described, and they're all pretty much tropes that we know, especially from romantic comedy movies and YA contemporary books. So you go into it thinking that it's going to be really light and really fluffy, and you get a lot of the lightness and you get a lot of the romance and the fluffiness, but you don't get the cliche writing style. Does that make sense? is day 7 of the booktube-a-thon. It's also the last day of the booktube-a-thon and one of my favorite days of the week. I don't know if you guys have this, but I have a favorite day of the week because I'm a dork like that. But I really like Sundays because I feel like no matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing something or if I'm not doing anything, I feel like the whole world is just so chill and relaxed and quiet, and I really like that. Anyway, a reading update for you guys. Yesterday I didn't really read a whole lot just because I was kind of doing a bunch of stuff and just out of the house all day pretty much. At night I did continue reading I Believe in a Thing Called Love, but after a while the ebook started hurting my eyes, which is mostly the reason why I don't like reading ebooks. So then I moved on to the audiobook of Murder of Crows, and I got a fair bit into it, and I think I'm almost done. I'm not sure if you guys can see like the bar there, but yeah, I'm almost done. So I'm hoping that I can finish that today, so then I can complete the challenge of read a book with a protagonist that's different from you or something like that. Ready? Go.
That was so dramatic.
Nice. Your very own drawing tablet. It is now nighttime. I just got home. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done any reading today because I was out of the house with some people. I got my glasses fixed, which is good. I didn't even have to pay for it because the lady was nice and I buy glasses from there all the time. So I'm planning to listen to the rest of Murder of Crows on audio while reading I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Good morning. It is the next day of the booktube-a-thon and I thought I would do a quick round of wrap up. So the first book that I read during the booktube-a-thon and finished was Thanks for the Trouble by Tommy Wallach. This completed the read a book with a person on the cover challenge. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars I think on Goodreads, so that gets ticked off the list. And then after that I finished volume 1 of Octopus Pie and I read this in one day, which completed the challenge of reading a book in one day. I think I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars I think. And then right after that I read By Your Side by Casey West and I finished the audiobook outside, which means that I completed the finish a book outside. And then last night it was cutting it close because I was going to spend the whole night reading, but then I got a text from my friend and we just ended up hanging out at night. So I was speed listening to the audiobook of Murder of Crows and I finally finished it, and that I guess would complete the read a book with a protagonist that's different from you, something along that line. And I gave that book a 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. But I mean, I could also use this book as like for that challenge as well because he's a teenage boy and I'm not a teenage boy, which means that I read a total of 4 books for the readathon. So yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I think I'm going to participate more in the booktube-a-thon, and I really wish I did those video challenges because I kept watching a lot of other people's and they looked like a lot of fun. But yeah, next time. Anyway, let me know how you guys went during the booktube-a-thon down below, and I hope you guys are having a great day and I will see you guys soon.